These losses.
Good afternoon. You're watching us here on Halftime Report. As always, I'm Manglam Malu with Ekta Batra and Sonal Bhutra. It is a down day for the markets, no two ways about it, but it's not quite out because we're down about 0.25% on the frontline indices, the mid-cap index down about 0.5%. Compare that to the way the Asian screen is behaving right now. We have indices like Hang Seng down at 2%. Even the next performer that we have is Nikkei, which is down by about 1/3%, which is a little more than us. So we're doing well and we're holding on to 18,350. That's an important mark to watch out for. So down, but not quite out.
Yes, absolutely, Sonal, as well as Manglam. Hi. We are sluggish in today's trading session, but I thought I'd, probably lift up the mood by talking about a couple of stocks which are, in fact, at fresh 52-week highs today. So do watch out for a couple of stocks, which are hovering around those levels of, say, for example, a Bharti Airtel at this point in time, Cummins, HAL, Mazgon Docs. I didn't put that in the list, but that stock too is at a fresh 52-week high. We're seeing a lot of momentum in individual counters. Even something like a JB Chemicals is sitting at a fresh high, so that one is up around 1.3%. And don't forget follow-on buying in stocks such as Medanta as well. It was a good listing in yesterday's trading session, and that kind of momentum is continuing into today's trading session as well. So yes, it's weak for the indices, but specific stocks doing well.
Oh yes, a lot of them, and you mentioned some of them. Of course, yesterday in this show itself, we were talking about how Nifty is inching towards its record high, but looks like it could be a slower, move towards those levels. So for now, 18,366. Yesterday's low was around 18,344. So that's an important level to watch out for. But as Ekta pointed out, a lot of individual stocks that are buzzing around in trade, and our Systems is one of them. It's up over 15% in trade after Blackstone has bought majority stake in the company for around 2,900 crore rupees. Let's get in Rima now, who will tell us more about this one. Rima?
Thanks so much for that. So Blackstone, the PE firm, has acquired the promoter holding in our Systems. The promoters hold about a 52% stake, and that has been acquired by Blackstone, which means that Blackstone is now the promoter of our Systems with a 52% stake. But the company Blackstone wants to delist the company, which is why they are making an open offer to acquire the balance 48% stake. That will be done at a base price of 246 rupees. So Blackstone wants to get that 100% stake and delist the company, but the minimum that they require is a 90%. But currently, the stock market, the current market price of our Systems is higher than the base price which has been offered by Blackstone for delisting, which is 246. Now, successful delisting of our System pretty much boils down to one investor, and that is Bhavuk Tripathi. So Bhavuk Tripathi is an investor. He has about a 35.5% stake in the company, plus he has some investments via his portfolio companies. So on the whole, he has about 37% stake out of the 48% that Blackstone wants to acquire, and his holding now stands at 1,200 rupees per share. Perhaps what the market is sussing out that this delisting is not going to be successful at the current price that the promoters want, and the actual discovered price through that whole process will be significantly higher, maybe like we saw in the case of Linde India. Now, our Systems is a product engineering company, something similar to, say, a Persistent, but of course much smaller in size. Now, our Systems has done well as a stock price. The last 3-year returns, excluding today's gains, right, just till yesterday was about 350%. The 5-year returns till yesterday were 463%. Another, so Blackstone is big on IT in India. They have various, investments in unlisted companies, but in the listed space, they have an investment in Mphasis. But our Systems is a much smaller company. It's a product company, while Mphasis is an IT services company. And when we quiz the management that do you think Blackstone would be interested in perhaps, trying to get some synergies by merging the two, the indication seems that unlikely. But where our Systems can benefit perhaps is that they could get business, or they could get orders from many of the Blackstone portfolio companies like Mphasis does. So that could be a synergy play that Blackstone and our Systems together can work out. Back to you.
All right, Rima, thanks a lot for that. And to give us some more insights on the same, this is Insight Edge. We caught up with Satinder Singh Rekhi, who's the CEO of our Systems as well, to understand the road ahead for the company and more importantly, what his role will be in the same.
The rationale is that we have reached a point and we need a big partner who can take care of the company and take us to the next level of its growth and take care of its employees, customers, and partners. Blackstone is a great partner. They are very good, employee-friendly with their other portfolio companies, and that's why we wanted to partner with them. And the promoters will be involved. How it unfolds, we will know as we go along. I will certainly be a strategic advisor to them, and as we go along, the role will develop a little more. Blackstone has a lot of expertise, so that has to be utilized into the company. It's always a dilemma, whether you do it when the wave is going up or other times. But looking at it inside, I think we needed a stronger partner because we are going to get into larger customer bases, so that required a heavy weight along with us.
Okay, so that's our systems. The stock is up around 16%, one of the biggest mid-cap movers today. But let's move on then. Shriram Transport is also gaining. This is after the NCLT has approved the amalgamation with Shriram Group. Abhishek Kothari is here with the details and what this means. Abhishek.
NCLT has approved the scheme of amalgamation and arrangement between the Shriram Group. So this NCLT order was given to them as of 14th of November. So the company has fixed 30th November 2022 as the record date. This is to determine the fact that how many shares of Shriram Transport Finance will be given to the shareholders of Shriram City Union Finance as well as Shriram Capital. As per the merger terms, we already know that, for every 100 share of Shriram City Union Finance, shareholders will receive about 155 shares of Shriram Transport Finance. Back to you.
Okay, Shriram Transport, the stock is up 4% in trade today, but what is not doing well in trade is Tata Motors, trading lower after Jaguar Land Rover, that is JLR CEO Thierry Bolloré has resigned, citing personal reasons. Sonia is joining us to give us more details on this one. Sonia?
Well, thanks a lot for that. As you rightly pointed out, this is a tough time for Tata Motors. Now, the JLR CEO has resigned from December end of this year. Thierry Bolloré, who was the CEO from 2020, has now put in his resignation, citing personal reasons. Adrian Mardell will be taking over as the interim CEO of JLR. Now, this comes at a time when there are a lot of challenges that JLR is facing, given the kind of demand crunch in the European region. In Q2, JLR, in fact, lowered its guidance for FY23. They also reported a negative free cash flow of £15 million because of the adverse working capital movement. The EBIT margins for JLR had fallen 230 basis points quarter on quarter. And at a time like this, the resignation of the CEO bodes as negative news for the company. There's no clarity on when the new CEO will be announced. And for the interim basis, there is Adrian Mardell. Remember, the stock as well has been a big underperformer this year. It's down 15% this year, while stocks like M&M, TVS Motor, etc. have had huge rallies. So all in all, disappointing information coming in for Tata Motors.
Okay, definitely. And it's even Titan, which is now down around 2% top loser on the Nifty. So do watch out for Tata Motors as well as Titan. Well, we need to take a short break. But up next, Prakash Gama will be joining in to discuss his trading strategies on this Thursday. Stay tuned.